I'm Staff Sergeant Joshua Williams, bringing you your April 2019 edition of the Barrel, News from Niagara. It's a special UTA as our 328th Air Refueling Squadron celebrates 75 years of its rich legacy. That dates back to the Lucky Third, the 3rd Troop Carrier Squadron, which started up its operations in 1944. It was led by Colonel John Moriarty, who commanded over 200 men on a very dangerous mission. How do we know this? Because we spoke to him. Meet 99-year-old Colonel John Moriarty.
At that time, you know, the war was going on and had been going on, and I had, prior to that, in the United States, had been, I think, at something like close to 20 different stations over a period of a couple of years. And so when the time came to go overseas, it was just another order, and which, as I say, was interesting. I can remember flying across North Africa and seeing the damaged and destroyed tanks down below from Rommel, and where the British had fought in North Africa, and they were still lying out there on the desert. I was fortunate in that the men that we ended up with a bunch of what I thought were awfully good non-coms, and so the squadron itself, say, was I think unusual in the quality of the non-coms that we had, which I think accounted for this Lucky Third business. That we had some mighty good people there. The other squadrons, we were told that they talked about the Lucky Third, and when the time came to get a squadron symbol, this communication sergeant came up with that emblem that we've got. So he got a $25 savings bond with it, and that's been it ever since. Surprisingly, it's still alive. But we liberated a lot of people. We hauled a lot of people all over China, and it was just something that we did as best we could while we were doing it. We lost 2, you know, shot down by the Japanese. That's where I lost my operations officer. But only 2 were shot down by the Japanese, and I lost several more. They were either on hard landings, some of these. We didn't have any, say, airfields. We just these strips that knocked out of the paddy buns in Burma, and so we had some, and we had some, say, rather young pilots. They were doing some unusual stuff for pilots that didn't have any more training than most of them did, and yet, surprisingly, we did not have a great many accidents. But the few aircraft we lost some, and say, aside from the 2 shot down by the Japanese, we lost some. I guess I don't have any words of wisdom or inspiration or anything of that sort. That I am interested and surprised to hear that 75 years later that you people are that interested in your history, and that the organization is still in existence. I guess partly my organization, and that I'm almost proud to hear that.
On behalf of all of us here at Public Affairs, we'd like to say thank you for allowing us to tell your stories. Air Force Reserve Command announced their media awards, and we are lucky enough to earn 4 of them. So thank you. And congratulations is in order to the FSS. They won the AFREC Hennessy Award for food service. Before we lock out this edition of the Barrel, we're going to leave it off with what we do best, and that's go to work. Aircrew Flight Equipment took aircrew down to Key West, Florida, where they conducted water survival training. Enjoy.
Well, I joined the military, and then they said, hey, we have a slot for you in AFE. Do you want to get in now, or do you want to wait another 6 months for another job? Okay, let's take AFE. And then once I found out, okay, this is kind of interesting, actually. I like it. So since I've been in Niagara, working in air flight equipment, I've had the opportunity to travel to Andrews Air Force Base, to Turkey, to the Azores, an island over Portugal, and as well as Florida and Pittsburgh.
For me, and I like the training aspect, I like the survival aspect. It's enjoyable to me, and it's something not a lot of people get to do. If a person were to go down in an aircraft and have to get rescued or have to live off the land, a lot of people would panic, not know what to do, and they know how to combat the stress. It gives them a more of a sense of hope and a sense that they can make it through tough situations like that.
Yeah, I get to float on a raft and have air crews come out to me, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's show you guys what's happening out here. Work along with this year instructor. Changing current and the changing winds definitely plays a huge part in everything, and you can see the ripples of the waves going. They're not big at all, but they do make a big difference, especially even like a short distance swimming. It makes a huge difference just having to fight that current.
Yeah, so the advantages to coming here are just the fact that we get to experience wind, weather, sun, rain. Today we had a little bit of a struggle with the currents getting to the boat. We had to actually bail out some water. We had people that were getting seasick, people that could swim, people that couldn't swim, and that's something that you're never going to get in the water if you're in a pool.